Continue our fire coverage this morning in the Oakland Hills that damaged 2 homes and forced hundreds of people to evacuate their homes. As of right now, fire crews say that the fire is at 50% containment. KRON 4's Michael Thomas live in Oakland with the very latest for us. Hi, Michael.
Hi, everyone. We're still learning a lot of details this morning. In fact, I just spoke with the fire PIO. There's no official press conference scheduled right now, but you can see that thick layer of smoke still taking over the Oakland Hills with hotspots being put out. There still remains dozens of fire officials from Cal Fire and Oakland Fire on the scene. So it's still extremely active and those evacuation orders still in place. To give you perspective, this is some video from yesterday's scene. This was just after 1 o'clock or so. According to Oakland Fire Department, they say the fire originated on the medium of Interstate 580. At that point, because of those heavy winds, it actually jumped the freeway and then it landed on somebody's home. Inside of that home, there was a man. He was able to escape that fire, but there was 2 homes in total that were destroyed. And we're talking about over a dozen acres that this fire took over. Take a listen to what fire officials had to say yesterday.
It was a fast-moving fire. Wind did not help us.
Our ability to fight the fire effectively, our footing, the terrain, we have a lot of precautions that we have to take at night. We're not able to do the same amount of work that we do during the day.
JT, back out here live, you can see this is one of those 2 homes that were damaged in this fire, and you can see all those firefighters again still here on the scene. In total, there were 200 firefighters from multiple different agencies across the entire East Bay, and again still trying to figure out just exactly what caused that fire, but we do know it originated on the medium of 580. Now take a look. This is video from 1991. This is during the massive Oakland tunnel fire. At that point, this actually all took place a day before the anniversary of that fire that happened in 1991. In 1991, during that fire, 25 people were killed, 150 were injured, and a total of over 3,000 homes were destroyed. We'll bring the camera back out here live. This is what the scene is looking like. Again, I spoke with the fire officials this morning about getting updates. There's no official press conference that's scheduled, but they're hoping to possibly give us some type of an update at around 8 o'clock or so. So as we get those updates, we'll continue to keep you updated. Teresa, I'll send it back to you live in the studio.
And Michael, we don't have any idea when they're going to be able to let people back into the area. You're right there off of Keller and 580, correct? Over by the Oakland Zoo.
Correct. Yes, I am off of Keller Avenue. It's completely closed off. And as to when people are going to be able to get back home, I'm not too sure. We've seen them transport people, essentially, escort them to their homes to get things back and forth. They have multiple areas of these roads closed off. So there's really no say as to when the evacuation order is going to be lifted. And right now, what we're hearing is that this is probably going to be essentially the scene all day. So again, there's about 500 people that were evacuated. I know some people were able to go back in, but what we're seeing is people being escorted to their homes if they need to get something and then having to be brought back down. And that's the same thing with the press. We're escorted to this specific area and then we can't really go past that.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate it. Well, hundreds of residents were evacuated, as Michael was mentioning, because of the Keller fire. Some remain evacuated. We heard from one resident about what she saw as the fire began to spread. Now, some...
Ooh, real close. They went through my backyard back there. They've been going through the side there and the side over there. And right directly behind that window where the trees is, it was a big, it was a big burning red fire. And they went through the gate and everything and started putting out the fire. But they said that they're going to do the best they can to try to save our houses. My girlfriend over there, she was over there helping me with some curtains, and we was getting ready to put up some curtains. And I looked out the window and I thought it was the clouds was coming in. I said, it's getting dark outside. And I looked over to the right and seen flames, and I'm like, it's a fire. So we just started running around the house. And then one of the neighbors over here said, get out, go knock on people's doors. So I started knocking on the doors, and my other neighbor, he didn't even know it was a fire, so he came out. Then when he looked out in his backyard, there was a fire in his backyard too, so he got the fire department to come there, and they kind of put it out.
Some evacuation orders have been lifted. Crews say it's clear to return to the homes there in the green area of the map you can see right there. Now, this is Ridgemont, Monte Vista Villas, Leona Drive, Old Quarry Loop, and Sequoia. Still under evacuations, the red area, and that's Caballo Hills, Keller Avenue, and Mountain Boulevard. There is currently an urgent notice to Berkeley residents. The Berkeley Fire Department is recommending that residents in the highlighted areas right there in the yellow to seek shelter elsewhere during the red flag warning that's in effect right now. Officials say that they want residents to either stay with friends, family, or at hotels that are offering discounted rates for residents. Officials say that Berkeley's curvy, narrow roads could make it very difficult to escape if a wildfire ignites. The city also urges residents to stay connected for all evacuation updates, whether by AC alert or right here on Crown 4 News.